What's up, guys? I've got another cool replay that shows me at my best, and I'm perfect and beyond reproach, which is not every, game. Um, Basically, the last few days I've been feeling pretty down. I haven't been winning a lot of matches. And then I was thinking about why. I'm like, oh wait, I think after the last video that I casted, I wanted to learn some of the T3 Legion, which prompted me to start learning the entirety of Legion, and also Legion T2 has been released. Naval. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes, sometimes you just want an easy match, right? You know, it's difficult because now I'm about 29 OS, and you know the Noob lobbies, they kind of what you call it, they lock you out. They want to do max 20 OS, 25, 28, sometimes 30, and I lucked out. I got to terrorize a Noob lobby today, so this went very well for me. So we got to play some core. I am very much enjoying Legion, but I do have some thoughts about it. The main thing I don't like is I've been avoiding using the light plasma bot because it's too squishy. I like my Resbot thug pushes, but lately I haven't been doing it. Like I feel like the more you play, the more you learn to rely on static defense. Uh, and I've been experimenting with rocket bots, but I haven't had any luck with them, really. I've been kind of noticing how they work. You just spam a bunch of light laser turrets with your commander and have the rocket bots, what you call it, have the rocket bots fight within that so that they can't get rushed down with grunts. And if you can't fight it, just ignore it, back up, and that's what I've been doing. Is I just back up and let them overextend themselves. He has to leave his turret sometime, rush him down with grunts. Other than that, yeah. Let's see if this ever starts. There's a build that's been going around again. I'm not 100% sold on it, but the win was pretty good on this, so. I start making solar, and as I do, I usually am not paying attention in the beginning of the game. I'm like sitting over there playing my drum set, and I have the first minute planned out. But then I look at the win, and it's 16, so I'm like, oh, gotta adjust. So this is basically how to completely terrorize a Noob lobby. Now I didn't have it easy because my lane was a 30 OS. I'm a 29, so we should be on even terms. But he's got a 25, and then there's a 20 over here. Like I say a lot, I just don't like high OS being in the back. It's complete waste. You're gonna get rolled before you ever get started in these backline positions. If your front line just gets bulldozed, which happens a lot. So over here we got their highest OS players in the front, very good. Us, not so much. We've got 4 of our top 5. This guy likes to air or something. Prepare your Aphis. You know, some people, you know, I can kind of see that this guy's a 4 Chev and maybe only plays air. I'm not sure why he's sharing solar. Maybe to pay for the con and get it out faster. Hey, that's an idea. But look at the win, dude. It's 16. So I did end up getting. I've been opting lately to do the 3 mech start into a solar, and then I look at the wind and see how that's going. And if it's wind is hitting, I just make a bunch of wind. And if it dips below 8, I make solar for that moment. And I try to get energy storage up very soon. And I think Drongo did a build I saw, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll try it. I've seen this one before a long time ago. Maybe in one of his, what do you call it? Maybe it was Barcast. Anyway, there's lots of good content creators that do bar. Some of them are more educational than others. I'm not the person that likes to enjoy my commentary. I like I like a commentary that goes into the nitty gritty because yeah, I'm trying to learn. I'm not really trying to be entertained by these videos, so I'm not in that spectator mentality. So that's just my perspective on that. Anyway, yeah, so basically I think this build is you get 3 cons out. Ooh, here's another thing that I've learned that's really important. Dude, sometimes you get matched up with an ARM or basically anybody who isn't doing a core bot factory, or that's another thing. Legion is kind of weird. I'm getting used to it. I like it, but I'm just, like I said, it's missing some heavy hitters, and the fast bot unit is 110 metal, and it's basically a light tank, and even maneuvers like one. It's annoying. Oh, what am I saying? I've been learning a lot of things, so basically I'm telling everybody, like, if you don't want to get rolled by some light early game harassment, you got to get your fast infantry bots out. Your bots, your grunts, or your counter scout units, the small guys. But, I mean, what am I trying to say? Grunts are good. You can use grunts. You can use anything. And you don't have to, like, send them out and be aggressive. It's okay to just keep these things at home. Yeah. And just defending your buildings and your expansions. Yeah, you'll be really happy about it when your construction bots stop getting messed up. So this is what I do. I do a construction bot, or maybe I think I do a grunt, then a bot, then a grunt, then a grunt, then a con, then a grunt, then a con, then a grunt, then a con. That's what I arrived to on this one. And yeah, I'm not gonna get attacked by ticks and just rage quit this way. So I'll take 1 max and then have it walk over here, and then have the second con assist this, and then they'll converge on this, and then one will go take 1 line of max and another over here, and then another over here. And these general principles don't just apply to glitters, but this is going to be another one of those campy frontline games. So these, not stalling, which is good, but I end up do stalling. Maybe the wind will dip. Not much to say here, except that I'm stalling and I'm almost out of metal. Maybe have these all building this first, but then if you really want to be fancy, you can touch and go. But like right here, I need to start remembering to, like, I don't have the money for an e-storage right now, so I'm gonna, with this commander, build a converter, but then completely forget about it. Maybe okay, it was with a con, but then I just forgot about it. And it's gonna walk back because it's still in the queue. Oh no. Did I? I might have sent it back again. Let's see. Cool. I'm happy about this. But then the wind dipped, and I'm building an e-storage at the same time, so this is not good. I think there's some light harassment. I just sent all these grunts up here. Nothing's gonna get past here for the time being. And yeah, I'm doing... How is Red doing so much better than me? Might need to do some optimizing. I think this construction turret really slowed me down on taking the mechs. So this could still use some optimizing because it looks like Red is getting things done faster than me, but I'm gonna win by default because he's gone vehicles for whatever reason. And I'm gonna get away with a bunch of stupid stuff. My commander almost dies a few times. I'll be smelling blood, and I'll be curious like how low his commander gets. But of course, like, we're gonna be doing this LLT, but I'm not even making the LLT this time. I was just like too disorganized here. This thing starts decaying at some point. Wind sucks for a while. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm stalling. Not great. And then I see this lone comm, and I did something I shouldn't have. I tried rushing it down. I should have had my commander behind it. Might have helped. But you see this, it only takes like 100 shots in total from all these grunts to... Okay, it didn't get near low enough to justify what I did there. But I'll poke around at it like, get out of here. And then this is obviously not a good idea, so I'm going to back off at some point and then remember that there's this reclaim here and grab it. I like casting these replays where there wasn't too much faltering by my allies, so that usually lets me play my A game. And then he tries to snipe my comm with some rovers, and I catch it. I'm being very... Oh, man. Mrs. D-Gun. I mean, at this point, like, I gotta get out of there. He's got artillery somewhere. There it is. It's not a gauntlet. We're good. I'm like, I'm gonna back off. I should have tried getting this 3.2 max. This commander is just... I'm really living life on the edge here, but I think I wanted to get the BP first. And again, here I am. I'm stalling. I've got 1,000 in the bank. I'm not happy about this. I will. My metal extractors are even stalling at a certain point, but when I'm at this point, I'll be making solars. Halting my factory for a moment. Put it on wait by pressing Y. I use the grid layout for hotkeys. Highly recommend it. Obviously, it's a little unintuitive to learn at first, and there's some hotkey conflicts, especially with like Legion. I think it's F. Some factories use this whole list, and then I think I remember. If you want to issue a fight command, you have to click it manually, and I just realized that. In the moment, I didn't think about it. You can issue a fight command with a T2 factory with combat engineers, I think, to get them to auto reclaim. But if you press F, it'll queue up whatever's in that slot if you're using grid layout. Anyway, I don't know the difference between grid and I think it's legacy or whatever it's called, but I'm gonna do like the no of getting a gauntlet up really fast. Like I'm feeling pretty good. They're not being aggressive. Maybe I should. I got really greedy with this gauntlet. Like first thing you want to do is get some twin guard or whatever, some normal defenses up. That's the other thing. Legion only has like it doesn't have this as the light laser as the light turret. It doesn't have like the medium light turret and then the big boy turret. It doesn't have that in between. And their artillery is cheaper but smaller range. It's just weird limitations you gotta work around, and I'm still getting used to it. Gotta learn all the units and how they work together. I'm on a Legion kick. Like this Warden should have been like 3 twin guards. And like if Red was microing, it'd probably be really annoying. Janus are very good against thugs, for example, but he's mostly opting to just do poke around with artillery, and I'm just chilling. Another thing to note is I built these construction turrets kind of not in a group but apart like this, so there's coverage throughout my base. Well, there's more coverage, so I can send a construction bot over here, and this is covered by a construction turret, and then one over here it's covered by another one, and the same over here. Helps you scale a little bit better, and also you can haul your factory, and the turrets will stop assisting it. And eventually I will do that. I'm gonna reclaim this because this is about time for T2. I probably wanted something else, so I didn't immediately go for that, but I'm like, okay, get knee storage, and then I want a vehicle factory pretty quick, and I cap myself at like 5 or 6 vehicle constructors right now, because I'm pretty quickly. I want to get T2 up in the front and just not have that metal tied up. But one thing I do want to do is kind of have more construction turrets in the back to have coverage on all these maxes, so I can very quickly get those up and then use that metal to do other things more quickly, I think. If you want to see, there's like this thing right here. He built this just on the edge. So if you look at my perspective, I may not even have vision of this, but I can see where it's firing on and kind of guess where the center is. And then you can, it's not entirely in range, but it's in range enough. You hit that, you're going to get the full damage, I think. And then there's this, there's some things that I've been really liking to do is make Junos and tactical missiles. I think this game I forgot to make Junos, but Junos are really good. If you don't know what they do, they destroy any pesky light scout units, radar, and jammers. The frustrating thing is that buildings are not immune, so radar and jammers get taken out too. I don't really like that. I like some sort of building. I don't know, like there's no anti tactical missile, and there's no like, you just have to spam units for vision once Junos are being used. But I can't manually attack this, but I can attack ground and hit it like that right at the corner. And I'll have, he doesn't target my gauntlet or my agitator. I'm not really sure what he's targeting. I'm having trouble hitting the button that I want. That's right, I have to click out of my view or else it'll keep stealing my selection. So here's the thing, like I do not have enough light defenses here. So send the commander up. I got it repaired and I'm gonna de-gun this away. You can kind of see how vehicles just completely suck on this map. As an early game unit. Later, they're good for late game, or not late game. They're good for once it's getting in the T2. That's when they really shine because they can run down fat boys. But like medium tanks do not outrange the commander. Janus are good against thugs. That they do have a niche right there, but I don't think that's gonna come into play very often, at least in the current meta. Yeah, this guy is just. I got a lot of sick D guns, and I also get a bunch of. I get to claim the reclaim, stuff like that. I'm getting like 5 construction vehicles out, then they're gonna assist this advanced construction bot. And see, I'm just gonna tap that and I'm gonna go to the next one. And this factory is, I turn off factory guard and have it guard or assist this this construction bot, and then the advanced one. And then I'll just this is going to be on a hotkey, and whenever I can catch it, I'm going to tap and go. Because these vehicles are going to be the bulk of my build power for these, and I just need this to start the building. And then I don't have res bots in this situation. I'm not really feeling the pressure. I'm just like chilling. I don't even have res bots, so I'm using my construction bots to grab some of this reclaim. And I'm being pretty proactive with like being annoying with this agitator. And you'll see later on, like I'm kind of getting tired of this campy stuff. So the counter to defend or turrets is build a bigger turret. So this is kind of gonna be the theme of this game. Yeah, you can see how I'm my management of my economy is doing pretty good comparative to other people. I think the this tech is got the second highest eco right now. Our tech is third. And I just have more mechs in general, but of everybody, yeah, this is. The sooner you get these down, the sooner they start paying you back. So you see up here, at this point, I have almost 4K metal more than the next guy. What am I thinking? One of the things with the agitators or artillery is, remember, you can target down their mechs, even if you can't get up there and like cap them yourself. You can still deny theirs. So when I'm thinking about where I'm gonna place my turrets, on a map like this, a lot of the times you have maps where the mechs are spread out, so you just kind of like put them in between and kind of hope that there's no weird gaps or blind spots, but there will be. But if you can, on a lot of these 8v8 maps, you can you can build these offensively without sacrificing anything in the back, because there's usually not a lot of holes until, I mean, you have a leaky teammate, which is, you're just gonna have to hope someone else can win the game for you while you deal with that. Yeah, I had a bad memory from yesterday. So yeah, I'll target down the comm if I know what I'm looking for. I'm not sure what exactly in that situation I was doing. Just want to pause this game and see what's going on in front. See, this is out of range, so I think at some point I have the opportunity to start firing on this, but that's when the tactical missiles come out. But like, look at all this that I've denied with just this one gauntlet. This game would have, the dynamics of this front would definitely play out a lot different if there'll be situations where, okay, your backline player isn't assisting front, or he's feeding Canyon, the enemy team, metal and Canyon for like the entire game. That happens a lot. But even he's making a gauntlet. I don't know why people hate on gauntlets so much. They are so freaking good. You just have to have a feel for when you can build them safely, I guess. And this one was, I don't know. It was just a feeling. If you like look at it, it was pretty dangerous. But I wasn't feeling the pressure, so I was like, all right, let's do it. It could have ended badly. Okay, let's try to resume this replay. Okay, let's get out of my perspective. I think I like Red's doing here. His is on factory guard, so these cons are gonna come out and assist this factory. When you're in a situation like this, Scavvy, the highest priority right now is to get your metal income up. Actually, it would be like, oh my god, this guy can start attacking me at any moment, and he's ahead of me, and this really sucks, so I need to make a bunch of defenses. Usually in this situation, this is going to be like a bunch of rocket bots just barreling towards you, or thugs, or I guess I could have made light tanks, but I'm a sort of guy who's just gonna be like, you know what? I have more metal than you. I'm gonna scale, and when the time comes, I'm just gonna win through eco. Yes, you can say that. Yes, looking at this, we probably could have just won right now if I was more aggressive. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about fundamentals. I'm thinking about, in this situation, this is what I like to say. I used to say this a long time ago. Imagine you are playing the best player, and he's gonna catch you on every little mistake. If like I mean, I didn't smell the blood here. But I'm saying, like, in this situation, dude's gonna be like, oh my god, he's got all this T2, he's upgrading all of his mechs. This is just like, why does he have all this stuff? Oh, what am I gonna do? Sort of thing. Yeah. the best players scale. I have almost twice the income compared to anyone except for our air player, who is losing on air right now because he's building a fusion. So this is how you get bombed as an air player. And do we know what this air player is up to? No. Do we know that guy is making a fusion too? Well, he just started it, but I'm looking at this. Okay, we got all our mechs upgraded, but like, we want to make informed decisions, so maybe he did check, but I feel like it's a little bit dangerous. This is how you get bombed. This is how you get your entire team bombed. And then I'm over here, I'm not sure like what the fastest nuke you can get out, but this is about the time where all the T2 mechs are going to be built by the backline players. And they'll be trying to do something. They'll be hopefully assisting front. But nukes are a thing, so I'm thinking about like, okay. Throughout this entire process, I'm like, when am I going to build an anti-nuke? I build one up here, but I'm like, man, I would really like one back here. Or like right here. Or my tech to stop sending fat boys to the front when we're already winning the front. And just build the anti-nuke or whatever. Or, you know, our air player could be scouting, doing some call outs and letting us know what's going on back there. That's another thing that you could do. I would say is valid. And, you know, getting info is probably like the best return you'll get on the way you'll get the best return on your money. So as a team, we're 16k metal produced ahead. Yeah, I'm going into a lot of fiddly details. Yeah, I built this factory up here. Maybe I'll start requesting a second con, or them to just drop the I want to call it an A-con, like an APHIS and A-con. But this is one of those situations. Anti-nuke costs 40k. That's a lot for this time of the game. And if you're like me and I'm not paying attention, it's a huge drain on your eco. And I'm also like, try to do big projects one at a time, because these things are, even these twitchers, I love my twitchers now. And this game I was like, wait, I can make tactical nuke with twitchers? Oh, why have I never done that before? Or I can assist. I can't initiate it. I still need the advanced construction bot to initiate it. But the twitchers can finish it. Oh. Yeah. What am I trying to say right now? I don't know. Anti-nuke is really expensive, and as you can see, I have stalled, and I'm going to notice, and I'm just gonna desperately put down a bunch of normal solars here, and then reclaim them later. This is still gonna take forever, and as soon as I notice it, these advanced metal extractors are also very energy intensive to build. and they drain 20 on your eco to run. And if you see, I had some unhappy moments where my metal extractors weren't they were powered down, and my turrets were powered down. It's not good. So yeah, I drained all my reserves building this anti-nuke, and then had to desperately throw in some solars here. I couldn't just buy the dip, you know. I think I may at some point add in some more wins, but it's kind of cramped over here. And this is the Annihilator special. Two big changes in my base layout is I don't even need construction turrets for building fusion reactors, because I'm gonna make a bunch of twitchers. They're pretty good. They give you energy, a consistent supply of energy, not a lot. They also give you build power. So I think they're pretty worth it. You just remember you still need other sources of, what am I thinking, man? Other sources of energy, because you'll be pumping these out, and it's not quite enough. It's like one twitcher building another twitcher is 73 energy per second. That's what I'm trying to say, and it only supplies 15. You'll need some dedicated energy buildings. And twitchers are good for a lot of things, including not having to build a centralized place for all of your fusions and aphises and stuff. But this game, you'll see I actually do build a big fat engine. And it's going to be like pretty far forward, because like I just couldn't be bothered to reclaim all this wind. I just started here and I just go along with it. It's probably, it's not the best idea to build it up here, but it's guarded by an anti-nuke. I thought of that. I don't at any point feel like I'm going to get hit by an LRPC, and I'm talking about feeling, because as you play this game, you get a bit of a game sense where you kind of just get that pattern recognition in your mind, and you just start feeling things out, and you're like, this is gonna be a time where, I remember that one time I got hit by an LRPC and it just completely ruined my day. Or this game, I was like, I guess I'll build some pinpoints. I always forget to build pinpoints, and I made the intrusion countermeasure system, and I was like, oh wait, I can build a radar back here, because sometimes people sneak in cons and stealth units to get back there and like kaboom your entire, ruin your day. I remembered to do that. It happens, man. Sometimes people like walk their commander stealth all the way back to the tech and degun their aphis, and it's just like, what? Why is this even a thing? This is stupid. And the way you generally detect stealth units is by proximity and radar. If you don't have either of those, you're just like, well, I'm not 100% like, I don't know all the mechanics. You can look it up. It's a little bit like you have to read it a few times to kind of get a grasp of it, because it works a little bit different with different units. There's like, yeah, I don't know, there's stealth, and then there's radar stealth, and yeah, I'm not really sure how that works. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of micromanagement with this. Eventually, I'm going to get 3 cons to build. Um, Converters on this side, converters on that side. You don't really have to build the construction turrets, and I kind of regret how soon I made so many construction turrets, but they're going to be spaced by 1, and I'm just, there's 2 camps, like, okay, well, I'm just never going to get hit by anything, so I'll just not space my construction turrets. You can do that if you're that confident, or you can just space them out by 1 and not have them all blow up. And it took me about 1,000 hours of gameplay, if not more, to finally decide. I'm gonna space him out. It's all good. He gives me this fat boy, and it's just like, there's a dragon's claw. I hate those things. They're so good. I use the fat boy to be like poking around, and once he finally attacks, I'm gonna like, oh, LLT, LLT, because Twitchers make twin guard lasers. Bam, 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 bam. Put him down. I love Twitchers. The butlers are good for scaling, but they don't build combat units. So you'd have to, if you wanted to do a similar thing, it would be a little bit less, a little bit more intuitive. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I plopped down these last minute defenses because I can. Like, I just have the build power there. I notice it's coming, and then, oh look, I got a bunch of reclaim. Every once in a while, these Twitchers, they're also good at grabbing reclaim. Yeah, I've just like mostly been playing core. I really, really love ARM T2 vehicles. I'm not sure how the combat engineer for the T2 vehicles stacks up to the Twitcher. I'm sure it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's similar, where it makes pork pop-up plasma artillery. Why are they called pork? Did they change the name of them or something? I'm like, I always want to go on the forums and suggest that the pop-up is, they changed the name to stealthy pop-up or whatever, so that instead of pork, you can call them spork. He's like pinging over here. Yeah, I'm just like chilling. I remember this, like, this is a lot of grunts. Like, am I even ready for this? Run down the fat boy. Didn't even need to be aggressive. This is an unfortunate use of rocket bots. Janus are going to naturally friendly fire more than the enemy units, probably. The fat boy gets some fat shots and some friendly fire, and these twin guard are really good at taking down grunts. I was confused when I saw this. I thought, when I first saw that, I'm like, oh, this is a lot of spam. But no, it's like all of the guys' grunts built up to that point, all sent at once into a grunt death trap. Can I have this bot, please? I don't know what he's asking about. Where? Oh, I don't care. There'll be... Okay, so... I get in this situation where I'm like, how do I deal with this T2? How do I deal with this pork? And I was like, tactical new time. And then back here, man, I just, if I don't feel like I need to attack, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna build a bunch of twitchers and then have some light spam. And then I will purposely, once I notice that this is happening, that I'm not spamming my spam. Oh, I made this first. I made a LRPC long range artillery. I put the construction turrets outside the range of the T2 factory because I want this to specifically just assist this. And this is probably overkill, but yeah, whatever. Not that big of a deal. At some point, these construction turrets also take a lot of the micro of like the clunkiness of the movement of like every time you put down a building they have to get out of the way sort of thing, and it's not feasible at this point to have this walk over, start that, and then back and forth. It's just a lot. It's a lot of work. I don't want to do it. At least have two cons, one with some twitchers assisting to make converters, and then another making the APHIS. So this is what my base layout looks like. It's just going to be like blocks of construction turrets like that with eco throughout. And as I'm gonna at some point like make it less dangerous as time goes on, as I learn my lesson about things. At this point, like, oh my god, I made so many freaking construction turrets. I'm like, how do I spend it? I've like half of my whole bunch of my metal. This is like 52 construction turrets. That's like 5. I try and do math. 25. 240. That's like 11k metal. That's like an entire APHIS right here. So I'm like, okay, what can I reclaim? I'm gonna reclaim. At some point I had T1 construction bots and vehicles that I reclaimed over here. I reclaimed the solar. Then I was like, okay, I can reclaim at least some of this wind. I can reclaim that agitator. I do that eventually. And then catalyst comes out, and I'm like, I didn't notice he got the catalyst up, so it would be like it gets a shot off, but it's at like the least valuable target. And the catalyst, well, I'm gonna target his rattlesnakes. It's like, really, I don't have to attack these head on. I can just attack it from back here. I don't need units. I can just scale. That's unfortunate. Oh my. What? Yeah. Eventually I'll be like, well, these turrets aren't going to have anything to do, so I could either reclaim them or build some air back here or off to the side. And I decided to go for building the air. I was not feeling the pressure from the air. Lately I have been pretty good about building flak ahead of time. But this is like my only anti-air here, and I'm just like trusting our air player. which, you know, I should look at him and see how aggressively he's scaling, or maybe even trying to communicate. I'm yawning. Yeah, usually I just make some flak from every angle that I can get attack from. And it's better to have it further out, so... Like, if... How do I explain this? Okay, like, imagine... You put your turret here. What is something that... Okay, say I have this anti-air flak gun. And I built it to defend this LRPC. Now, this is like the very front line, so this is about the best you can do. But look at its range. Okay, I wish I had something. How do I explain this? Okay, if you want to get the most bang for your buck out of this thing, you don't want this to, like, directly on top of what it's defending. You want it, like, further out, further away, because it's going to get shot at within that range much longer if it's further away from what it's defending. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. You're only getting half the value if it's right on top of it. You get the full value if it's further out. And I need to take that advice to heart as well. Yeah. Anti-air is very good, but you can make it twice as very good. Anyway. That was automatic. It automatically targeted the mechs, and I guess it takes out mechs in one shot, which is freaking awesome. Look at this. This is how good. This is amazing. This LRPC prompted this this deflector, and I'm even making a second catalyst here, tactical missile, and it's gonna one shot. Actually, I need to look at this because I think it one-shots overseers. I'm not sure about rattlesnakes. Should keep an eye on it. If I look at this as the game is going on, I hover over this weapon, range. Somewhere it should say burst. It does 4,000 damage burst, so I'm curious if it does extra damage if it's leveled up. It reloads faster, that's for sure. No. Burst, it does 4,000, so that's like 1 in a hit. So the pork will survive 1 tactical nuke, just barely. A LRPC here does 2,000. So a catalyst will destroy a catalyst in one shot. And this, he does fire this, but he fires it like at a silly place where there's really nothing, when he's like literally like right on top of my catalyst, and they're right next to each other, so we can get them both in one shot, and my anti-nuke. That sucks. So he hits. I thought I saw it fire. It's so close. Oh, he did. I wonder, it didn't do the full damage. I'm not sure what the fall off is, but I just remember him. Maybe he targeted this gauntlet and just assumed that these got blown up. It's good to kind of look at this and observe like exactly how the interactions are, because You'll get a feel for it in game, but you'll get a much more concrete knowledge when you're looking at it this way. I guess there's a damage roll-off. I'm not sure why I would think otherwise, but if you hit it right directly, it'll do the full damage, but further out, it does less. I would like to keep an eye on this, but yeah, I have plenty of construction turrets to just repair all this, and it was not catastrophic damage, but this agitator, why do I even have it at this point? What's the point? I guess it's doing something, but bam! I'm targeting these down with my long range. And you see, like, throughout all this, I'm not fighting him at all, really, with units. I'm just using really strong long range artillery stuff. Because, you know, he's trying to do that. He wants to defend with pork, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm just going to blow it up from back here. I'm thinking about, you just get tons of value out of tactical missiles. They're really, really good. I think I tried like targeting this down with the LRPC, but they just never managed to hit their target. And I could have noticed that these winds are just all set up to chain. That's another thing. My winds are always spread out by one space. Never have to worry about that. No. He makes another. See, like a plasma deflector is like 3K, and agitator is like 1.2K, plus the cost of the missile. Dude, that's so much value. How much does a tactical missile cost? Does it say metal? 550 metal per shot. That's still just so good. Especially compared to like trying to send units in and just having all of them get massacred by defense. This is like, oh, I noticed that this isn't defended. And I'm like, however this turned out, like he's getting pressured over here. I think he was going over here to help defend that. Was like, no, I'm good. Or I saw it. I saw the opening. I definitely tried to get this thing. I should have aimed the LRPC at this the moment I knew it was there, but I also could just... I have 2 tactical missiles are better than 1. Yeah, man, this guy is like... I look at this and he's just like struggling, man. He's doing too much. I'm just like... If you look at my camera, I'm just like... I'm playing APHIS simulator and tactical nuke simulator, and now he's he thinks he's safe. Look at this. Dude, I did like, for me, this is the biggest brain move. Okay, old me would have been like, oh no, he built these turrets outside of my tactical missile range, so what am I gonna do? Pulsar is so good, they have such good range. Well, I'm here to tell you. Let's look at this range. 2,250 for the catalyst, 1,400 for the pulsar. Well, I can't move these. I mean, I kind of can move these. I can... Oh my god, they're 550 per shot. Okay, so once you're done using your tactical missiles and you don't foresee any use for them, instead of letting it passively spend resources... I'm curious, I'm just like looking at this, if like the cost per metal, metal per shot, goes down because it's like reload minus 21%, and both of these are using the same amount of metal, but one is ranked up higher, so it might cost less when these are higher level. And I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's what it appears to be doing. I could be wrong, I could be right. But anyway, oh no, he built these outside my tactical missile range. What am I gonna do? Oh no. I guess I'm gonna have to start making Shivas. What? No, I'm pretty. I have like this gigantic, huge, big brain thought where, oh, I can just build more tactical missile launchers. Why don't I just, why don't I just make more and more and more and more? Yeah, I'm enjoying this too much. Kaboom. I'm kind of like running out of... Oh, it's on a repeat or something. Wasted shot. Scouting is key. Oh no, he got too many closer. What's gonna do about it? Oh no. Oh look, a commander. And a lot of construction vehicles. Oops. I mean, it might have been better to just let him continue building those things. Look, now he wants to resign. Oh no. This is... I'm telling you, man. I'm terrorizing this Noob lobby. Here's another little thing. I think some of these will be out of range, but I think it's about it's about 6. It's less over here, but if you want like full coverage of your T3 factory, it's about 6 away. Before 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's well this is a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 5. If you want to be like, well, where's 4? If you just want to, 3 here is about where it hits. 3 out, and then 5, and then maybe 6. Yeah, and then build them up here and there. I hope you know what I'm saying, but yeah. To get the full coverage. And these are spaced by 1. You can fit more, but why do you need to? You don't really need to. When you have all of these Twitchers! Bum bum bum. Watch. Watch what? Leave me alone, dude. What do you want? What do you want? Thought I had him on repeat? You thought I had him on repeat on accident? He reminded me that it's time to build more Twitchers. In a moment, he'll say, I thought you had these on repeat. I'm like, bro, you can never have enough Twitchers. I'm like, thanks for reminding me. And I didn't have a construction Acon up here, so I'm going to call him an Acon. Jason Derulo. Yeah. Also, lately I've been experimenting with building 2 advanced bot labs because there's roll-off here, and I can't build these fast enough, so...
Started.
Why not? What are these? I think well, it was paused for a moment, so... Yeah, I got a chance to look around and realize that, oh, I can actually... These have targets still. And yeah, I could end this at any point. But that would mean I wouldn't get practice too with using tactical nukes to take out pulsars. I usually get pretty annoyed when people don't surrender. But it is an opportunity to just scale more. And when I can just... This is probably the hardest I've scaled in quite a long time. And part of it is my willingness this time around to actually build construction turrets. Yeah. This is terrifying. Look at this. We're gonna take another look at it at the end, but my output, everyone's doing pretty good, but yeah, like we're over 300k ahead and I'm alone 150k ahead of our top player, second place player. And this is just like, bam, look at that. We're good. Now, I played a game yesterday on Rosetta where our backline air player made, and I was getting frustrated with everyone, as I do. And geos are so good. I love geos. If there's a spot with a geo, I go for it. Geos in the most metal. Yes. I love Rotato. I am a Rotato enjoyer. Hi, my name's Josh, and I like Rotato. Hi, Josh. I was building this because aircons are much less fiddly to build, mass produce than Twitchers. What am I thinking? Yeah, I don't know. I just really wanted these turrets back here to have something to do. Eventually they make fighters. But yeah. Big takeaway from this video is that tactical missile launchers are really good. Spam incoming. Like, this guy keeps pinging me. I'm just like, leave me alone, dude. Spam incoming. I don't care about your little ticks blocking my build. Blocking my building efforts. Like, yeah, this is more than enough, but I have nightmares of like bulwarks trading super well against Shivas. So yep. There's not much more to say about this. I'm continuing to make Twitchers because I'm going to make LRPC or Catalyst, and then this was like, this is unfortunate because the game ended just as I finished it, and then I was like looking around, and we hadn't scouted anything, but also there's just like, there's really no eco to snipe. I think I accidentally shot that commander. This takes a while, so I end up like, I did reclaim these catalysts finally. Like, this thing has 12 rockets in it, and I'm curious, I'm gonna look at this. Do I get the metal costs back for the missiles? And you can set a max stockpile somehow, I think it looks like. Okay. Pause it. 6,000 metal. Am I gonna get 1,500 back or like a lot more? That sucks. Didn't get it back. Just the cost of the building. That's like 5,000 metal right there. Live and learn. Catalysts are good against, like, Shiva, too. Kind of, if they're not moving. Looks like our air player took out their air player. And let's see why. Because 135, 124. At the total metal produced. Not a huge difference. Enough that could have been made up with, yeah, I don't know. He was like, oh, yeah, he's like, he's building an APHIS when you don't want this to happen. You're building an APHIS when the other guy's gearing up for a bomber attack. You don't want to be stuck in that situation. Because then you get blown up. Looks like overkill. I'd like to know how many strategic bombers it takes to take out an APHIS. Then they quit, and then I finally get to start firing this at construction turrets. I'm like, there's no eco to target. Yeah. Oh no. So you can pause it here. Oh. It didn't blow up in the game, but yeah, if you've won, blow up your APHIS at the end. Probably not. Well, you know what? I can't recommend that because the way the moderation, the way that the moderation works in this game, I mean, they'll probably give you 5 days for griefing for blowing up your APHIS after the other team has resigned. Yeah. Oh, okay, so see, like, well, we can't look at it, but it just blew everything up. I had many APHIS. So, how did we accomplish this extraordinary number of 500,000 metal produced compared to everyone else who's like at 2? Words are tough, you know. Around 100,000, give or take 100,000, within that range. And I'm at 500,000. Like, yeah. So how do we do that? Twitchers are really good. Not playing games with the person, or not playing games with the guy over here when with your lane or whatever. Not trying to do too much with trying to break through static defense. Especially in these glitters maps and the 8v8s, a lot of them are very campy. I've said this many times now. You can just build more and bigger turrets, appropriately sized, diversified turrets, up to and including tactical nukes and LRPC, and just be aggressive with placing them further and further forward. And now that I'm looking at this, I could be creeping my little fire base up over time. And I use twitchers for my scaling because they're mobile, they're not stuck in one place, they have good build power and produce their own energy, or produce energy. That's very good. I've been doing this a lot lately, and I just don't see too many people doing it. I don't really see anyone doing it, but I'm usually only paying attention to myself anyway, unless like someone's playing really bad and just getting me mad. Yeah. And then instead of fighting with their turrets, I just build bigger turrets. Try to get away with building as little as I can. And only making things I need at the appropriate time. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.